Hello Saviors and welcome, my name is Seivar24 and today I'm going to be doing another reaction video. Screw Attack is back and they brought down another epic battle to the death. Today's candidates are Ichigo from Bleach and Naruto from, well, Naruto. And they are going to be going head to head as two of the top anime characters that just absolutely don't make sense as to why they're even going up against each other in the first place. I guess it's because of the stories that they have access to, but I guess, I don't know for sure. We'll find out as we go through the story, and I can't wait to see how well Boomstick and Wiz goes through the scenarios to showcase who can come out in a death battle. Let's find out, shall we?
The Holy Shonen Trinity, the Big Three. Any longtime reader of Shonen Jump will recognize these, some of the biggest titles in manga and anime history.
And it's time for two of those shonen heroes to throw down.
Naruto Uzumaki, ninja prodigy of the Hidden Leaf.
And Ichigo Kurosaki, the enormously powerful Soul Reaper from Bleach. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, they're going with pixelated animation on this one.
Konoha, the village hidden in the leaves, is a pretty quiet town.
Not what I'd expect for a city full of ninja. Still, there was at least one troublemaker among the bunch. The #1 knucklehead ninja, Naruto Uzumaki.
Knucklehead ninja, that's for sure.
Naruto Uzumaki has returned to the Hidden Leaf Village!
Orphaned at a young age and ostracized by his peers, Naruto may have been mischievous, but he had great aspirations.
Definitely.
His goal was to become the town's Hokage.
Which is a fancy word for ninja governor.
The only way Naruto could reach such a prestigious position was to excel in ninja school.
Like Ninja Harry Potter. Though he should really find a place that'll teach him not to dress like a clown and run like a real human being. What does he think he is, an airplane?
Actually, his posture likely decreases wind resistance, which could be beneficial when moving at superhuman speeds where angular momentum is a smaller factor.
I remember when you ran like that in middle school.
Hey, that was for research.
Sure, Wiz. Anyway, while Naruto wasn't the best student, he still
Yeah,
tried his
3
hardest
times. He
reach
failed to
his goal.
graduate
But
3
first,
times.
He'd have to learn how to control his chakra.
In Buddhism and
Spiritual
Hinduism
energy.
ideologies, chakras are, in simplistic terms, gates within the human body which can be opened to achieve enlightenment. But the ninja in Naruto's world had a slightly different interpretation.
I'll say, they weaponized it. Naruto can use chakra for all sorts of flashy attacks. He can heal himself, seal monsters away, walk up walls, or even stand on water like a ninja Jesus.
He's learned a number of chakra techniques, or jutsus,
Gesundheit.
and even developed a few new ones of his own. His signature move is the Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Yeah, he uses that one
Copy and
way
paste
too much.
himself over and over and over again.
Unlike the standard clone technique, Shadow Clones are tangible with their own combat capabilities. By dividing his chakra between himself and his clones, it's nearly impossible to distinguish the real Naruto from the fakes.
And he can get pretty tricky when he makes thousands of them. But when strategies
Jeez.
can't save the day, he can always just beat his opponents down with the Rasengan.
By
Rasengan is the
spinning
most
chakra in
powerful
his
technique
hand,
on
Naruto
him.
creates a compact ball of energy which can blast through solid stone. While the Rasengan usually takes years to learn, Naruto figured it out after training for just over a week.
He's invented more Rasengans than Willy Wonka's invented candy. But his top pick is the Rasen Shuriken. By combining the Rasengan with the element of wind, he uses it to turn the spinning ball into a spinning blade. This baby can trap you in a vortex of wind so sharp, it'll mess you up at a cellular level.
Naruto has plenty of other
Jeez.
techniques up his orange sleeves, including summoning, substitution, and transformation jutsus. He can even transform into a
harem
woman.
girl.
Ho 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 ho! Looks like he's been studying. I guess that's one plus side to not
That's
having
right, in the
parents.
first,
I don't need to
very
worry about
first
anyone walking in
episode.
on me.
That little scene
While
right
most
there, I
individuals have
recognize it.
chakra, everyone has a limit. The more physical and spiritual energy one possesses, the more chakra they'll have at their disposal.
Just like the gas tank from a chainsaw.
Thanks to his heritage, Naruto already has a great deal of chakra. Even still, he has far more than he reasonably should, all thanks to the beast within.
Yeah, he's got a monster in his stomach.
Let's backtrack a few years. On the day of Naruto's birth, his village was attacked by a chakra beast known as the Nine-Tailed Fox.
And there are
A
9
monster
foxes,
so
one with
destructive,
each
a mere
number of
swing
tails.
its tails could level a mountain. In desperation, the Hokage at the time sacrificed himself to split the Nine Tails in two, sealing one half within his own son, Naruto.
So his first ever birthday gift to his son was a giant pet fox that can destroy cities? I wish he was my dad.
Eventually, Naruto discovered how to communicate with the Nine Tails.
They didn't get along at first. Foxy would threaten to eat Naruto. Naruto would whack him over the head with a big shrine gate. You know, typical roommate drama. Still, they eventually became friends, and Naruto learned the fox's name was Kurama.
Afterward, Kurama willingly shared his chakra with Naruto on a regular basis. And as a being composed of chakra, Kurama's reserves are gigantic.
Oh
With
yeah.
so much power at his fingertips, Naruto can enter a bunch of different super forms. First up is Sage Mode, which sounds like something he'd learned from an old wise man or wizard, right? Nope, he learned it from a frog.
This state increases
What?
all of Naruto's physical abilities. Furthermore, Sage Mode allows Naruto to perceive the entire area around him and tap into naturally occurring energy via Senjutsu.
He can enhance his chakra attacks by adding natural energy, but if he's not careful, he'll turn into a frog.
Oh.
No, I'm not kidding.
With Kurama's chakra, Naruto can enter multiple tailed beast forms, which drastically increases physical prowess and energy output.
Best of
Yeah,
which is
he's
the
just-
Nine-Tails Chakra Mode. Flame on! It got even better when he befriended Mr. Fox, upgrading to the stronger, faster, tougher Kurama Chakra Mode.
Chakra Mode grants Naruto extra protection, a sense for negative emotions, and the ability to create additional chakra arms.
Whoa, that's a lot of hands.
Good lord,
Gotta wonder
what are you supposed
kind
to
of
do with all
things
those?
he does with those, right?
Overwhelming attacks, extra maneuverability, creating rocks and shurikens, the works.
Yeah, that's not what I was. Creepy tiny head.
He can also
That's-
shroud himself in a nine-tails-sized avatar and use Kurama's ultimate attack, the Tailed Beast Bomb. So destructive, it can level a mountain range.
And for his final form, it's
Jeez,
spoiler time.
5 teratons
Pay
of TNT.
attention, 'cause, yeah. All of this chakra stuff started with an alien named Kaguya, who ate a fruit which basically created chakra. Later, she got all murder happy, so her sons stopped her. One of these sons, the Sage of Six Paths, had his own son named Ashura, and Naruto is a reincarnation of him. So yeah,
Okay.
Naruto's kind of an alien.
Through this connection, Naruto was gifted the most divine form of energy, Six Paths Chakra. With it, he can enter Six Paths Sage Mode.
His strength gets boosted even more. He can
Of
fly,
course it
and he
does.
can use truth-seeking balls, which are orbs of chakra that can transform into weapons and destroy anything they touch.
He can combine all these forms and further add natural energy to his Kurama avatar to form Six Paths Ashura Kurama Sage Mode. Whew.
Good God, that's a confusing amount of forms.
Right? Like, how far did they
Anyway,
go with
Naruto was
this?
also an expert in hand-to-hand combat and
Uh-huh.
could run faster than the eye could see when he was just 12 years old.
He's dodged a lightning speed punch from the fourth Raikage, a feat considered comparable to his father, who could teleport.
He even dodged this
Oh, okay,
light
so
speed
basically
Luffy.
he's Goku.
According to the fourth data book, this Light Fang attack does indeed move at light speed, over 670 million miles per hour.
He's tough enough to survive getting stabbed, have his soul ripped out, or get smacked in the face with a beam that can slice the frickin' moon apart.
Jeez.
He's fought multiple tailed beasts at once, lifted a statue weighing several hundred tons, survived a fall from the clouds, gone toe-to-toe with invisible limbo shadows, and pulverized 6 falling meteorites simultaneously. His chakra is so tough he can power through Amaterasu, a fire jutsu with flames so strong they burn other flames.
He could even make new
Yeah.
eyeballs for blind people. What's up with that? Oh, and in his final fight with rival and possibly closet boyfriend Sasuke, their opposing power was so great they obliterated miles upon miles of land, changing the weather
course.
and disintegrating a lake.
Only then, after defeating Sasuke, saving the world from Kaguya, and reuniting the split halves of Kurama, Naruto finally achieved his dream and became Hokage.
But he's still pretty dumb. I mean, he named his son Burrito.
Boruto.
Yeah,
Burrito.
close enough.
I'm not gonna run away. I never go back on my word. That's my ninja. My ninja way.
Right. Now it's time to get onto the Bleach character.
Shinigami. It may sound like a foreign word to some, but you all know what it is.
The Shadow Realm.
The Death God. The Grim
Oh, okay.
Reaper of Souls.
I was wrong.
And a 17-year-old ginger with a badass sword.
Ichigo Kurosaki seemed like a pretty normal kid growing up, doing well in school and learning martial arts from his father. Except there was one little oddity. He could see ghosts.
Oh, it's like the kid from The Sixth Sense.
I see dead people.
Yeah, pretty
One
much.
day when he
Sixth
was
Sense
9
for
years
sure.
old and walking home with his mother, young Ichigo noticed
Oh
what he
god.
thought was a girl
I
about
never
to
really
fall
watched
into a
too much
river.
of Bleach, but I do know about the
He ran over
scenario.
to rescue her
And I don't
like
want to
the
spoil
brave
anything,
little
but
kid he
you know, it's been out for quite some
Except
time.
It wasn't really a girl at all.
It
was
was-
a hollow,
Yeah,
a monster
that
spawned
thing.
from an abandoned human soul, and it promptly killed his mother.
Bummer. Reminds me of how I lost my poor mama boomstick. Oh, she always hated that ghost in the barn.
Right. Well, Ichigo remained
What?
ignorant of the truth until years later, when he met a woman named Rukia, who held the illustrious job title of Shinigami, or Soul Reaper, a guardian of the dead who keeps balance in the universe by helping those who have passed move on to the afterlife. Otherwise, they'd turn into violent hollows.
Yeah.
And if you show up late to work and it doesn't work out, the Soul Reaper can always cut hollows down with their awesome swords, like samurai ghostbusters. Anyway, the two of them got into a bind, and Rukia had to share some of her power with Ichigo. Turns out he was a surprise Soul Reaper all along. Convenient.
When
Convenient,
accessing his
yeah.
Shinigami power, Ichigo leaves his physical body for a new one made up of reishi, or spiritual matter, which makes him invisible to anyone in the living world, despite still being physically present.
And his new powers make him super deadly. He can move with blinding speed, cut through giant monsters with ease, survive being punched through whole city blocks, and even fly through the air.
It's more accurate to say he walks through the air, using naturally occurring reishi as footholds.
But let's get to the dicey
Right.
part of his getup. That awesome sword. It's a Zanpakuto, a blade connected to its owner's soul. It may look like an oversized steak knife, but it's a Soul
Yeah,
Reaper's
definitely.
best friend.
Every
Yep.
Shinigami possesses a Zanpakuto spirit within themselves, which manifests as their sword. Ichigo's is called Zangetsu. Well, both of them are.
Oh, here we go. Strap
Zangetsu.
in, because
Both
this
of
shit's
them?
about to get crazy.
Oh god.
Ichigo actually has two different Zanpakuto spirits drawn from his weird and confusing heritage.
Alright, so long story short, Ichigo's a Soul Reaper because his dad is too. But he's also part Quincy, which is a human with reishi powers, because that's what his mom was. But he's also part Hollow, because his mom was possessed by a Hollow called White, and White got passed on to him when he was born. Oh, and he's also part Fullbringer, but nobody cares about Fullbringers.
One of
What?
Ichigo's inner spirits is a manifestation of his Quincy side inherited from his mother, while the other is a fusion of his Shinigami power and the Hollow. Unfortunately, Shinigami and Quincy go together like oil and water.
While trying to find a balance between these two sides, Ichigo learned plenty of neat techniques, like his bread and butter attack, the Getsuga Tensho.
By concentrating his Reiatsu, or spiritual pressure,
I don't
through
really
his
know a
sword,
lot about
Ichigo
Bleach,
can
so
launch a
I
massive slashing
like
attack.
Call
seriously.
it like
you
it
know.
is, Wiz. It's a sword beam, and Ichigo can charge it up, fire from up close, or even blast two of them at once.
From his Quincy side, Ichigo has used Blut Vina, a
Bless
temporary
you.
defense which grants inhuman durability. From his Shinigami training, he developed exceptional sword skills and learned Shunpo, or Flash Step, which greatly enhances his speed.
But there's one really big deal we haven't talked about yet.
His
Over the course of
transformations.
his career battling hollows and protecting his friends, Ichigo has attained many different superpowered forms,
Oh,
starting
yeah.
with the
There
base
we go.
Shinigami form, Shikai. Despite essentially being Ichigo's base, this form is strong enough to block an attack from the Sokyoku, said to have power equal to 1 million Zanpakuto.
The next step was Bankai. Normally it takes 10 years to reach this form, but Ichigo did it in just 2 days, like a boss.
When
Of
using
course,
Bankai,
a
one's
yearly
power can grow
ability
anywhere
that
from
was
5
learned in
to
days.
10 times greater. And according to the official databook, while in Bankai, Ichigo moves like lightning.
Wait, why does his sword shrink when he goes Bankai? Shouldn't it be bigger since he's stronger?
Technically, yes, but Ichigo can control its size to keep it more manageable. If Shinigami couldn't minimize their blades, some would have swords the size of skyscrapers.
Oh god.
Awesome! Anyway, the Hollow inside wanted a piece of the action too, so Ichigo gained a new power boost with a swoopy Hollow mask. This form is strong enough to lift 5 iron pillars, each weighing nearly 100 tons.
Though if he's not careful, the Hollow can take control of his body, sending him into a violent berserker state commonly referred to as Vastolorde. Despite the lack of consciousness, Vastolorde Ichigo could heal quickly and was strong enough to overcome Ukiura, who's powerful enough to nuke a city.
After some quality training with his dad, Ichigo got a sort of second Bankai, which most people call Dangai Ichigo. In this form, he shattered mountains without even trying. He broke through the Black Coffin attack, which distorts time and space, which sounds like a black hole. Right after that, he survived a shot so friggin' big, the explosion could be seen for miles.
By comparing this crater to those left by real-life bomb tests,
Oh,
I'd
great.
estimate the attack to have a maximum explosive yield of 814 kilotons of TNT.
That's a lot.
That's like Ichigo surviving 54 little boys to the face. No. I meant the bomb from 1945, not the... Oh, God.
He had to go with that particular phrase, huh?
Try as those little boys might, all it did to Ichigo was burn his arm, and he didn't even care. This guy isn't the type to give up.
For his ultimate attack, Dangai Ichigo literally becomes the Getsuga Tensho itself. I know that's confusing, but just roll with it. To summon the incredibly powerful Mugetsu.
Which busted up one of the biggest baddies in the whole series. But it also sacrificed all of Ichigo's powers. Well, that's a raw deal, but 17 months later he managed to get them back with Fullbringer powers, which enhanced his physical abilities. But then he lost those two.
It's worth noting that while in Fullbring Shikai, his normal sword swings were as strong as his old Getsuga Tensho.
But he still didn't give up. After training with some top-tier Soul Reapers and eating some food which gave him Super Reiatsu, the moment came. In the most epic quenching of all time, an entire sea disintegrated to form his new true Shikai, complete with not one, but 2 Zengetsu swords.
Of course it did.
Finally balancing the Shinigami, the Hollow, and the Quincy within, Ichigo had reached his full potential. He tamed his Vastolorde form, merging it with his Quincy side. In this form, he can combine his Getsuga Tensho with one of the strongest Hollow attacks, the Gran Rei Sero.
He also made a trip that normally takes a week in only 9 hours and 15 minutes.
And last but not least, he achieved a brand new level of Bankai.
Which was immediately crushed by some old dude who planned to destroy the universe named...
You watch?
It's
Ewok.
probably inspired by the Hebrew name for God, Yahweh, and the katakana ends with a sharp k sound, so... Yowak?
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Yeah,
Well,
what
we
you
can
gonna do?
assume this
Right.
Bankai worked similar to his old ones, increasing his physical speed and strength along with his Reiatsu tenfold. Even without his Bankai, he still cut Mustache Man to shreds.
And then he lived happily ever after.
Where's
Until
the
his
catch?
kid became a Soul Reaper.
What'd he name him? Ichigo?
What? No, it's Kazui.
I might have got him mixed up with the other Enchilada Kid or whatever.
Close
Enchilada
enough.
Kid.
Now I'm Ichigo
Baruto.
Kurosaki, substitute Soul Reaper. And I'm combining my powerful spirit energy with this blade in order to protect my friends!
Okay, so the entire scenario is is that they're one of the famous trio, and these two are the ones that got a bunch of forms, a lot of superpowers, a whole bunch of crap that just did not want to agree with each other until finally it did. Bunch of backtrack story, hidden lore kind of deal, all kinds of stuff. You're not going to see Luffy be able to compare either one of those two. Now it's time to see as to which one of the two are more powerful. Alright, here we go. Let's see what this actually has to showcase. Naruto's, of course, meditating under a waterfall, as is evident.
What's that energy? Is that a hollow?
Naruto, I sense a presence. Naruto, wake up.
Of course he'd be asleep. Wow, really? They don't even talk. They just go straight into it.
Whoa, he's invisible!
You can't see me? Good.
Kind of a...
Quit running, coward!
Naruto, Keep moving. I'll direct you.
Keep moving, I'll direct you. Just.
You're dead! Hell the heck?
Oh, jeez! Pile drive!
I see you.
Now, when's the transformation's gonna kick in? Come on. Oh, well.
Bring it on! Ketsuya!
Oh, okay. Well then. He just summons in more as they all get KO'd. Wait, why are you leaving out the rest? Just bring in them all. Here we go. Of course they would throw this one in. Really?
Yo, not bad, but I'm still gonna beat your ass.
Don't count on it.
Give me a freaking break.
Yeah, I'm not so sure you're going to be able to compare against this thing, and if you can...
Is that the best you can do?
Lots of flashing, lots of fast movement, back and forth. Now it's time to see who can actually... Oh, he lost all his powers. He's foobarred. What do you think you're gonna do now?
Screw you, bastard!
He basically just sacrificed all his powers and just...
Who was that guy?
Right? Like, he just comes out of nowhere and gets attacked.
Damn, even without his powers, Ichigo never gave up. What a badass.
Sorry, Bleach fans. I know you all really wanted a win, but unfortunately, this wasn't it.
Naruto had better training, a broader arsenal, and a better healing factor. And Ichigo's invisible ghost body didn't really matter.
Shinigami may be invisible, but they're still present in the physical realm and can be touched by normal people. Kurama can locate individuals by simply sensing their emotions, and Naruto's even seen his own soul before.
And with Six Paths power, he could see and fight Madara's limbo clones, even though they were on a totally separate plane of existence.
Also keep in mind that while Chakra and Reishi have fairly different uses, they both contain spiritual energy.
Let's talk speed. Naruto can dodge light speed attacks and can move faster than lightning. A lightning bolt's return stroke is 220 million miles per hour, about
Jeez.
1/3 the speed of light. Ichigo has also displayed lightning fast speeds, and even greater.
Near the end of the series, Ichigo took a trip that should have taken 7 days, but instead took 9 hours and 15 minutes.
It's likely Kirigi here was referencing his accomplice's speed. Like Ichibei, who can knock his foes 2,440 miles away and appear next to him in a second. Yuachi guy beat him by going twice as fast, so we'll use that as Ichibei's limit.
With that, we can get the trip's total distance and conclude Ichigo's top speed is 319 million miles per hour. That's massively hypersonic, but not quite light speed.
Still, there's a difference between travel speed and reaction speed, as Naruto's already shown. Comparing them directly, Ichigo's best reaction should clock in at around 970 million miles per hour, 40% faster than light speed and Naruto's reaction time. Alright, point for Ichigo.
Speed alone wasn't enough, though, especially since Naruto's Sage powers gave him superb field awareness, making it difficult for Ichigo to land a fatal blow.
If he could even land something fatal at all.
Ichigo has always had a tough time damaging foes who have stronger spiritual energy than him. With that said, let's compare his Reiatsu to Naruto's Chakra.
Bad news is, across both of them, the only multiplier we know for sure is Ichigo's times 10 Bankai. The times 10 is difficult to achieve, but for Ichigo's sake, let's assume he gets the maximum possible boost from every transformation.
His other
Okay.
forms likely don't boost his stats this much. For example, when he used his Hollow Mask to barely overpower an Arankar, the situation and its results were similar to his then comparable Shinigami friends releasing their limiters, which gave each of them a boost of times 5. However, let's give the benefit of the doubt and apply the maximum times 10 increase to all of Ichigo's forms
Oh
that
god,
clearly
that was
increased his fighting
insane.
potential, as well as stack them even though many forms were in separate unconnected power sets.
For the sake of argument, we're deliberately overestimating Ichigo's power. You'll see why.
So here's our formula, but where do we start? Okay, Bankai Ichigo with his Hollow Mask was on par with Ukiyora's first transformation, correct?
Well, nearly.
Ukiora states his new form can destroy the city of Las Noches in the hollow world of Hueco Mundo.
What's that, like Mexican hell?
Well, there is a wall.
Ha-ha!
Oh no.
Las Noches is square in shape and takes 3 days to walk from one corner to a gate in the center of the wall. So it has a total area of 200,000 square miles.
That's bigger than California, and destroying it in one go needs over 400,000 megatons of TNT.
That's a lot of
So,
TNT
plug
overall.
that into the formula, and there you have it. Ichigo's Reiatsu is equal to over 440 billion megatons of TNT.
Thankfully, Naruto's chakra level is much easier to figure out.
His chakra was once extracted and burst a hole through the hollow moon. He survived the explosion, and it was explicitly said that this was nearly all of his chakra.
Most of his chakra has been siphoned off.
By measuring the aftermath from both sides, we found the blast to equal at least 480 billion megatons of TNT, 40 billion more than Ichigo.
And don't forget, we were deliberately overestimating him.
Also, this was base form Naruto, not including any increases from additional modes,
Oh,
which
jeez.
allowed him to block an attack that cut the moon in half, a force that had to be over 27 trillion megatons. This proves Naruto can both output and survive a blast stronger than Ichigo is capable of.
If
Okay,
you're thinking,
yeah.
wait, Boomstick, Ichigo survived a black hole in a box. That move doesn't really work like a black hole.
Plus, the 814 kiloton Frager blast did hurt him immediately after, so it must have been weaker than that.
But Wiz, weren't Kaguya and Waka Waka planet busters? Don't they scale to them?
Nope. Kaguya's planet-busting attack required chakra from nearly the entire Earth's population, not just her own. And while Yuok's power was pretty OP, he couldn't destroy the world through his own destructive capability. He only planned to manipulate the delicate balance between life and death by stopping the flow of souls. Like a plate spinning on a stick. If one side gets too heavy, the whole thing comes crashing down.
To sum it up, Ichigo had the speed, they both had the guts, and Naruto had the strength, durability, training, and abilities for days. Naruto sure got the shonen jump on Ichigo.
The winner is Naruto, Uzumaki.
Congratulations, Naruto. Quite the feat. But holy cow. He really had that much over him? I was really out of the loop for the Shonen Jump series characters like One Piece and all that stuff. There is not enough time in the world for me to catch back up now. I've been way too behind on any of those to try and catch up now. There's way too much for me to want to do over the entire course of what I would really like to. But at the same time, it's pretty astounding to see all this stuff. Like, these guys go through all this kind of research and showcases to how powerful one is in comparison to the other. It really is insane to see. But overall, I can't wait to see what the next one is, even though I was just mainly listening in comparison to some of the other reaction videos I did. But nevertheless, I was baffled as to all the stuff that they had to showcase in this entire thing. Let's see as to who the next combatants are going to be, shall we? Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 2099? Okay. They already did the Batman versus Spider-Man scenario, and Batman won. Spoilers. But overall, it's like, those guys? I don't know. I've never really been too big into the comics, and I didn't even really know about the Batman Beyond and the Spider-Man 2099. That's kind of confusing for me, so I have absolutely no idea. But for now, that is going to have to be everything. Interesting setup, Screw Attack. Very well done. Thank you, Wiz Boomstick and the entire cast for your marvelous research, details, and all that stuff to showcase how powerful these characters were. But for now, that is going to have to be everything. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Leave a comment in the section below, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care, Savior.